In this tutorial, I want to quickly take you through the steps for creating pipes. So I know that a lot of you are building roll cages and engines that require NURB surfaces that are tubular and shaped correctly. So let's go ahead and create a pipe so that you know how to do that. In my top-down view, actually in my side view, you can see that this vehicle has a side exhaust pipe here, so we'll go ahead and build that so that you can see how that's done. And I'm going to go in the top-down view, and I'm going to use my EP tool, and I'm just going to quickly throw out a spline here, enter. And in my front view, I'm going to create the shape that I'm going to extrude, and that's a circle. Okay, that may or may not be too big, but no worries, because I'm going to show you how to adjust that. It's the nice thing about NURB surfaces, you can adjust them after you build them. So in perspective view, now that I have both my shapes, I'm going to move this into the position that I want it before I do that, because once I extrude the shape, then you move that and you change the shape of your NURB surface. So I'll just move that out of the way. And I shift selected the path. Now we'll go up here to Surfaces, Extrude, and I'm going to open my Options window, and I'm going to make sure that Path is selected here. Tube, there are different options here, so you can use this tool for other items as well as you build. And then I'm going to go ahead and say Extrude, and you can see that gives me a nice pipe there. So now what I'm going to do is grab that curve that was in there, and I'm going to right click and grab the control points there, and now I can come in here and actually manipulate this curved surface. If I grab the curve object, I can move that into position. Top down will help move that into position, and then I can begin shaping that up a little bit. So allow me to do that. It keeps grabbing the object itself. So we'll come right in here and try it from this direction. Alright, we're going to go to wireframe so I can see what's happening here. So now I can grab the control verts here, begin shaping that up the way that I want it, according to my image, for my reference there. I want this a little bit longer. Okay, I think you get the idea. So back to front view. Alright, so you can go ahead and get that positioned the side that you want, the side of the vehicle that you want it to be in. You can do this also with your roll cage. Just go ahead and shape that up the way that you want it. And again, you'll be working in all views to make sure that you're getting the end result that you want. Okay. I think you get the idea. So the other thing that you can do is go ahead and change the shape of that object. Say I want that a little bit larger. Just by scaling the lofted object, you can make that larger and smaller. Additionally, you can come in here and we'll go back to the surface. You can select an isoperm, right click isoperm, and drag that along there to create a different, help to create a different shape. Once you have that where you want it, you can say insert isoperm, and that will make that a permanent isoperm there, and that will also help you to shape those surfaces the way that you want them. Okay, what I'm doing now is grabbing the control verts for that isoperm there and rotating them in order to get a fuller shape out of that pipe. Do the same thing here. You see that these isoperms are over here. Maybe stretched a little bit. Need a little bit more definition. So the way that you can do that is by grabbing the object itself and rebuilding it. Come down here to Rebuild Surface, Options window, and let's see, we'll try 10 by 4 and see what happens. Nope. It's going the opposite direction that I wanted it to, so let's try it again. Rebuild Surfaces, we'll say 10, and we'll leave this 10 as well. So now you can get a much nicer surface. We'll need to throw in even more definition than that because, again, we're looking for square, not rectangular surfacing, so that when this is converted to polys, you have a nice mesh. So let's double that, say 20. Oops, wrong direction. 20 here. 10 here. Okay, so this is getting to be a little bit more like what we want it to be. And again, you can just continue to manipulate those how you want them. Alright, so the one thing that you want to avoid doing is deleting history on these until you get them exactly the way you want them. But as long as you're maintaining your curves, you can always rebuild the object if it's not coming out the way that you want it to. So just go ahead and maintain history as long as you can. When you actually create this object, convert it to mesh, convert it and save original, and you can save that in a layer by itself. Okay. Alright, those are a few more tools for working with your isoperms surfaces that will help you to manipulate those surfaces into position.